Hello, dear listener, and welcome to Zealand. The world in which we are playing in will go to some dark places. The content of this series will therefore be violent and dark in nature, so if you find yourself easily offended or are rather squeamish, please do look away. Would you run? Would you hide? Would you kill to survive?
Kia ora guys, gals and legionnaires. Rycon here. Welcome back to Zealand. This is chapter 7 and this is part 2, the second chance. And so, in the previous, both Chloe, Nick, and Jake made it onto the mainland, started trying to clear out the area, and ended up dispatching a living infected, which seemed to be running towards you, one of the plagued. Jake cracking its spine, and then shortly afterwards, its skull with his axe. No axing of questions. I was a little disappointed, but that's okay. The bonus experience has gone elsewhere.
I just realized it didn't actually attack us.
He could have just been looking for a hug.
No, I
don't know.
But you found the best hug.
The best.
I mean,
the
I'm
best
being serious.
bear hug
Like,
around.
this thing didn't attack us.
As you're
That we saw.
having
It was
these
strong.
thoughts go
Yeah,
through
you
your
know,
mind,
yeah.
as you're thinking of these things, as you're standing over this body, the three of you
I
move
do
away
say
from
that
it.
out loud, actually.
Okay. Alright. Both you hear Chloe speaking.
Just like, that thing didn't actually attack us. Like,
It ran straight for us.
I
Didn't get a
know,
chance. It was
I know, but
fucking
like,
strong.
I know, but like, it didn't.
It didn't get a chance to.
I know, but it was like its arms were flailing. The other living ones that we've fought had their arms reaching for us. They didn't flail around like that. I mean,
Been
this,
now?
I know, yeah, but that's just.
No.
That's
So we heard that
weird.
beep, right?
You heard a
Yeah.
beep off in the distance, seemingly a little fainter than before.
Can we? Well, we're further away, aren't we?
You are. Good
Alright.
deduction.
Can we go and take the keys, lock up the Hilux, and like, let's go get the Golf, go back up there, and radio through what we're doing.
Okay. You leave the...
Not just the ute we're in right now.
It's stuck
in the mud.
Yeah.
I really can't be bothered spending time to get it out right now.
So, you leave the pink Hilux locked up.
Yeah.
It's in this section of bush here next to
Yeah.
the public bathrooms. You walk back down over towards where the Golf is, finding just leaves strewn around it, and as I said, it just looking a little bit more shitty, covered in bird poo.
As we're walking, I just wanted to see if I can see like any planks of wood.
Any planks of wood.
Yeah. I mean,
You didn't even need to roll perception for this. There are planks of wood all around here, which are attached to those low-lying fences.
Don't even need to get rid of them.
you have an axe.
An axe.
Like, axe is made for cutting wood, Jake. You don't have a tool for cutting wood. I mean, just, not right now, but, we
Yeah.
could.
Get it
We
sorted
could
out.
later, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting the Golf.
Getting the Golf, and you start driving up towards the Marine Discovery Centre where you were before,
Yeah.
driving back along the area that you sped along, but 10 minutes ago.
Maybe not even that.
Not even that. Where do you intend to park this vehicle?
The top parking, sort of up, right
Yep,
there.
up here. So
Yep.
you drive all the way up to where you were before.
Yep. Again, having the vehicle facing outwards, so we're good to go.
Yep.
And I'm just like, let's just take the trek up there and see what's up there. Looking towards Nick and Chloe.
Yep.
This is part of clearing out the area.
Do a beep first.
Beep beep.
Actually, yeah.
Very distantly, you hear beep beep.
Like, how distantly?
About as distant as before, but not within your visual range. You can't see something that makes you think that's where the beep's coming from.
Can I try and...
Sure,
Work out
roll
where it was
perception for
coming
me.
from?
You'll take a minus 35 to that roll.
What? I had less than that last time.
Funny that.
Oh,
It's almost like maybe it's further away.
Okay, well, I need a 5 or under.
Okay.
Weirder things have happened. 86.
Okay. Listening for a while, you try and figure out where it is.
Shit.
The way that the hills are, it's very difficult to determine where it's coming from. You know it's not coming from the sea. You know it's not Scott in the boat.
Well, it's not from the ocean.
Like, let's go up to where we saw
Wacky waving man.
Jonesy.
Wacky waving man.
Or Jonesy. Let's go up there and start from there.
I will remind you all that the clock is still ticking. There are still people on the boat.
Yep.
The original intention was to get people onto land as soon as possible, so you could start treating
Part
them.
of clearing the area.
We need to know where the
Just
beach
to
is.
justify that shit to yourself,
Cool.
eh?
Yep.
Just letting you know what the
Maximize
expectations
that.
you gave to the people on
Yeah.
the boat when you set out to leave there.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm going to have to wait. Wait your turn.
All right. You do see the Golf. The two of you see the Golf parking up on the hill, and the three of them getting out, and they start walking up along this path,
Yeah. We'll be
still within sight.
double timing it.
Yep. Okay.
Triple time.
So, where you saw this man come from was on this hill just over the
All the way
horizon
over there?
here. Yep. So that's where he came down.
Really, really far.
It's actually not all that far. So, where you were,
About 200 meters.
I'll see if I can actually just drop us on the ground. So that's where he came from, over that hill.
Okay.
That's where you saw the silhouette of him, and he ran straight down, and you drove off.
Yeah. So I'll ride it through. Hey, guys, can you then describe it where I want them to have a look and see if I can see anything with the binoculars?
Can I?
Okay, you hear that call come through. Looking out with your binoculars towards that direction, you see... actually... No.
Do I see anything out of the ordinary?
No. You just see fields. You look in the direction where Jake said this guy came from. You have less of a vantage point than they do, so you can't really see beyond this hill. You can't see what could be there, but looking around the fields, you take your time to have a good search. You can't see much. There is a fence line up there, though, that you're able to make out ever so slightly, a piece of fabric that seems to be caught to one of the fences, but beyond that, you can't see anything else that kind of draws your attention.
I just read it back. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Alright. So we'll double time up to a good vantage point, and then Chloe's binocs will have a...
Okay, it's a relatively steep hill. Moving up there at pace, you do feel slightly out of breath by the time all of you are up there. Nick, maybe a little less so.
Excuse me. We've got good athletics.
We've got the 6 number athletics, Scott.
That's true, you do. You feel extra sexy when you make it up to the top of the hill. You got a little bit of sweat on.
This is the kind of dealing this game needs.
Exactly. All right, so you make it up towards that fence line, and you can see it looks to be part of the man's jacket on this fence. And looking around in this area, you can't seem to make out any other signs of human activity. But looking down past where the fences are, you can see those kind of numerous campers that are parked up on the hill behind the higher building.
So the grass been quite long.
It is. So you're actually
people moving
stepping through
grass
it.
Like that, can we see like the track where that guy made?
Roll investigation for me, and that's going to be a -15 for you.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
Pass. 8.
Okay, all right. After looking around for a while, it is
No.
difficult to tell because it seems like this man might have been pacing around. So you do see quite a large area of disturbed grass, but you are able eventually to determine that his path originated from up this direction, further up the hill, away from where you are currently.
Can we see it from where we are? So I can be like,
See,
Chloe Bonnet.
well, you can make out a little bit, like it does seem to be running over towards this large tree that's on the top of this hill.
yeah. So Chloe, have a look over there.
Okay, looking out towards that hill, Chloe. Roll perception for me, and
Well,
because
Nick
you're
just
using the
naturally
binoculars, you are going to get a +25 to your roll. Nick, you can also have a look up there as well without the binoculars. You're just going to take a -25 to your roll.
So I have a what, sorry?
+25.
Plus 25. Okay. 81. I put them on the opposite way.
Okay, Nick, what did you roll?
Everything's really small.
38 pass.
Okay, so as you're looking through the binoculars, maybe they were a little bit too directed in one area. You're not able to see the larger picture. But Nick, you are able to make out a small flash of colour beneath the canopy of the tree up there. It looks to be a kind of a shade of red. It seems to be slightly faded, but it's flapping in the wind. And what you're able to make out the shape of is a tent beneath this tree.
Does
Okay.
that point this out?
So I'll just say it looks like there's a tent or something up there.
Where?
Just
Nick
point
points
off
in the
in
general
direction that I was
direction.
looking.
Okay, looking towards it, yes, you can see what looks to be almost like a 2-person dome tent.
It looks like a 2-person dome tent almost.
Part of the outer fly that goes on top has been removed, and it does seem to be open. It's kind of slowly kind of flapping in the wind.
Part of the outer bit looks like it's been torn or some shit, but...
Roll perception.
80.
You perceive rocks falling from high in the sky.
No,
You don't know
I
how.
don't see them.
No, you do.
Boom.
You do. There was actually a massive bonus today. You didn't realize.
What was the bonus?
No. Okay.
No,
You're
no
dead.
bonus.
You're dead now. Okay, so for the living characters that are continuing in the story, you do see this tent beneath beneath the canopy of this tree up on the hill. It does seem to be open, but you can't make out more details from where you are. You're all too far away.
Should we
Check it out.
go and investigate? Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah.
All right. The three of you follow the fence line up towards this large tree and towards this tent that seems to be on this hill. And as you get towards it, you're able to make out under... Because the grass doesn't go all the way up to the tree. Obviously, around the actual canopy of the tree itself, it's a little less disturbed. When you start to get towards it, in amongst the grass, you couldn't quite see it before, there seems to be a large amount of fluff, just fluff everywhere. At first you think it's sheep's wool, but then as you kind of start picking it up, you can see that it seems to be more synthetic. And it's been here for a little while, as far as you can tell.
So it's not like more parts of the story we haven't found yet.
So you continue on
Investigate.
up towards this tent. And as you get towards it, you can see through the opening on the inside of it a somewhat grisly scene inside. There is a large amount of blood that seems to be over this whole area, and inside you can see what look to be 2 small figures, or at least what were at one stage. There isn't much remaining of them. They seem to be wearing small puffer jackets which have been strewn over this area, and you can tell that these belong to humans because of the bones that are left, but even some of the bones have been broken and seem to be missing. But you are looking at not a whole lot left of 2 small humans.
The guy that we fought, was there blood on his jacket and stuff?
No,
No.
he was bloodless.
I don't think that guy did this. Something else did this.
Or someone. Dun dun dun.
A person can be a thing.
Roll investigation for me, all 3 of you. This is going to be a -30 to your roll, though.
Fail.
Fail.
I'm gonna re-roll.
You're going to re-roll?
Yeah, re-roll.
Okay.
-30 though. It's pretty
Roll under
intense.
it.
Wait,
It's pretty
minus
severe.
30.
Minus
Yeah, you
30.
gotta roll
Yeah.
an 8 or under.
On invest. But if I do,
This is to see if you notice anything additional to what I've told you already in this place. Something that's quite
Nah,
difficult to
I
tell.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, so with that,
You screwed up.
you think that you've seen...
The overlapping sigils there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
no,
very
no, I
much.
just hate
Scott gets an extra sigil somehow. No. I'll consider it. Actually, I'm almost considering taking one away from you. I'll do that next time. So, this is all you're able to tell at this stage up at this tent.
Alright.
And the sun continues
There might be another one around here.
The sun continues to move in the sky.
We gotta get these people inside.
Yeah, I just... That beep, where the fuck was that coming from?
It could be anywhere, so if we yell out again like this, we could be attacked again, so let's not do that.
Okay, yeah, let's just hit
I just take a quick thing to radio through what we found to these guys, and I'm just going to say I'm going to do a quick radio check through channels. So all I'm going to do is go change channel.
Are you going to do that as you're walking back, or are you going to spend time doing it here?
As we're walking back. I mean, how many channels are on there?
Quite a few.
Yeah. So as we're walking back, just
We're quite high up, right? So if we just have a scan around up here, can we see anything?
In terms of view?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about you and Chloe? Because Jake, you're having a look at your RT. You're going through this, so we'll get back to that in a moment. But while you're up here, I will get you all to roll perception for me. And it is just going to be flat. It's just a flat look around as you're up here, and I'm going to dick around with this and see if I can actually get something that works.
I got
68 pass.
68 pass. Okay. And Chloe, what was yours?
10 pass.
10 pass. Okay. All right. So
Not quite as good as 68. you know.
Chloe, looking back towards
You see the grass is green.
looking back towards where you came from, and I can't actually. I think that's us over here
Yeah.
potentially. You can see. You can see.
No, let's go on. So we'd be over here.
I can't see where you guys are pointing, but
To the left of goes on.
yes. So you can see. You can see the smoke trail from the home from where you were.
Yeah, from Little Barrier. I think it's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, Little Barrier was off to the right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So you can see that smoke trail off in the distance. And Nick, you're able to make out what looks to be it's drifting, and it's very difficult to see, but it's enough for you to catch your eye. Over this hill, you can see smoke drifting in the air. It's a relatively
who's next
it's a
to me?
relatively clear day today. There are parts of clouds that are going to come over and wash over the sun, but you can make out quite clearly. You can this smoke trail.
Who's next to me? Because I'll just give them a nudge and point over.
Me,
So
I guess.
Okay. Yep.
I'll
Looking
just
over.
ask, is that something or is it a cloud? I don't know. Like,
Doesn't look like a cloud because it seems to be originating from beneath here.
My dude,
It
that's
is a-
smoke.
It is a plume of some kind.
A plume of some kind. It looks like smoke, man. That's. We should. Jake.
get the others off the boat and then check it out later, I think.
All the while this has been happening, Jake has been cycling through the different channels on there. Jake, I need you to roll luck for me.
Yeah, nah. 76.
Scrolling through, you hear nothing but just static.
So with my
Well, nothing rather. You don't hear static, you hear nothing.
yeah, but with my message, I was gonna be like, this is John calling out to whoever was beeping. I'm cycling through channels. You'll be able to reach us on whatever channel that's not our channel, and then just going through same message.
Same message again and again.
I'm cycling through. You can reach us on blah 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 channel.
Roll luck for me again, just flat.
No.
What's your luck at?
35.
Okay. All right. So as you're walking back, you are doing that, and all three of you walk back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I do when Jake gets close. I go, hey, there's like a plume of smoke over there.
You see it as you're doing your.
And it's starting to get darker.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
people, let's get these guys inside.
Oh, it's not dark yet. It's past midday, so it's like afternoon, but it is getting on
We
towards
still got to check
evening.
a big building.
Yeah.
Oh, massive
We've
building.
got to
Yeah.
get
No,
these
not
people
not
there.
just one. There are
There's some
four
basic
buildings
rainfall.
here.
There
Yeah.
are many.
Okay.
So we've got a bit of stuff to do.
So your intention is to start to try and check out these buildings.
Yep.
Okay. Luckily, for the most part, you know the accommodation building has been one that you've gone in before. So both myself, you, and Nick have been through that before.
Yeah.
The only thing I can't remember is if we actually dragged everything out of there.
No.
I don't think we did.
think we did.
You
No.
just cleared it out. There were
Yeah.
8
Full
in
of
there.
dead bodies.
Yeah. So. Where do you want to start? There is one building here. There is the big accommodation building here. There is another one with some large tanks off to the side, and there is also the Discovery Centre itself.
All right, probably start with the closest. Go to that first lab there.
This lab here? Okay. All right, so as you approach the doors, they are locked. You've not been inside this building before.
Should I realize?
They are glass doors.
But are they the sort of ones that got the wire through?
No,
them?
no. So this is just it's a glass double door leading in.
Should we just?
And this
pass it?
is from up in this region here. So this is like one of the main entrances. You can go up along there, along a small
If we
path.
don't have to break anything here, we're better off not doing that.
Looking inside from here, you can see down slightly into it, but it does seem that it kind of curves around, and you lose track of what you can see inside there. But looking in, you can't see any disturbances. It looks perhaps as it was left, but it's also difficult to tell.
When did the apocalypse start? Was it a weekend? It was a weekend because we were over watching movies somewhere. Maybe do they close up on the weekend? Maybe there was just no one in here. Oh, is there like a open hours sign out the front?
No.
Oh, okay. Worth a shot.
I don't think
But what you
open
can
hours
see
in
is
their
it does
office.
say Auckland University Marine Biology Lab 1.
I guess we just make a bit of noise, bang on the window, bang on the door.
You knock, you wait, silence.
Let's just do a quick recce around. Same thing, make some noise.
Sure.
Try open doors.
Now this building doesn't have very many windows. You can see from the outside. This seems to be one of the only entrances. Going around the side, you can see what looks to be a small garage door that goes in through this area here that is also sealed up. It's like a double one on either side. Trying to move those, it does not budge. All the windows on this, they are small squares, and it's a really quite a strange design to it. You can't really see it from this angle here, but the whole thing is just this brown wood and with these small, almost little porthole windows across it. So it's very difficult to see what's going on from the outside. And even when you make it around to this side here and there's the alternative entrance, same thing, you go up towards the door, it is locked. Looking inside, you can't see any disturbances, but you do know that when you came here originally, you did encounter infected.
Are there any like?
Just not in this building.
Have there been any like doormats in front of the entrances?
Yes.
Can I just check for keys?
Yeah, you look under both of them and no keys.
Mm.
But both of these, they are actual like key lock doors. They're not number pad or anything.
Yeah. Look, let's just keep checking these places. We didn't clear the zombies out. Then one of the people inside the accommodation might have been a caretaker or some employee of here that might have keys on them.
Yeah.
So let's not break anything if we don't need to.
That's a good idea.
And right now,
Yeah.
the noise we're making is a pretty good indicator that there's nothing in there that's going to try and kill
that's
us.
true. That's true.
So right now, focus is just clearing the areas. We got to get those bodies well out of the way, get rid of as many of the bloody stuff as we can, and then start ferrying people in here. So
Okay.
there's we'll go check out the other.
You have been in the Marine Discovery Centre once before. You've also been the accommodation as well.
We'll go to the other
lab? Okay. All right.
Same
Approaching this one here, there are 4 large tanks which stick out towards you, and there seems to be a large building, a large warehouse of some kind up here with 2 big, large doors that seem to open from the centre and out. As you approach towards it, you can see that there is a smaller door off to the right-hand side of it. The whole building is white. All the buildings on this side just like bright white. You can see an entrance towards this building here off to the side as well. A single door. You cannot see inside this one. It is just a full-on like white door with a handle and a lock. On the outside of it, there is another small sign, the Auckland University logo, and it does say Marine Biology Lab 2.
Alright. Same thing. Knock on the door, try to open them.
Okay, you knock on both. You knock on this larger one over here, heading over towards this side here, it's much more of a building. This one seems to be more of almost like a barn, but not a barn.
It's like a barn, but it's not a barn.
Yes.
It could be
It's
like an
not-
airport.
It's not
but
red.
Not an airport.
It's not red.
Yes.
So clearly it's not a barn.
Yeah, exactly. So you knock on both sides and you wait for a time and you hear no answer. Trying the doors, they are both locked.
Yeah, we'll do a quick recce around, make sure that no windows are broken.
Okay.
Any other doors.
Looking around here, you actually see no windows on these buildings at all.
Are the walls smooth or they're like corrugated?
They're smooth. So it's like a smooth white kind of concrete all the way around here. This one here is more of a metal. It's not corrugated, but it's more of like a metal sheeting that's on the outside.
Okay.
And there's these 4 large tanks which seem to be interconnected and also running into this building here as well.
We're checking, I guess I tap on the walls every few steps.
Yep. All you've heard so far is the sounds that you've been making.
This place seems clear.
Let's try the accommodation. Double check that, then we'll clear the marine centre, and then we'll empty out.
You guys cleared that the first time you came here, right?
Yeah, but it's been a week.
Okay.
I mean, we're making noise, so I'm pretty sure we're safe for this.
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
Good.
Sorry. Let's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good to be sure.
Same thing with the Ooh, we got maps this time.
You do. You have a
Names
map.
and counters.
So, to give you an idea of what we're dealing with here, there are 3 levels to this building. This is the first level,
Oh, okay, cool.
this is the second level, and this is the third level. So those are the levels that you're dealing with there. Now, you do enter through the back doors here. These doors are still open. Moving over towards the stairwell, you can see the broken window there. You see the corpse of a small female, deceased, lying in the hallway with a pool of blood all along the floor.
I see that, and I turn to look at Jake and Nick, and I'm like, you guys didn't clean up?
Didn't have time.
You just left a dead body here? But you disposed of the other ones that you killed, right?
No. Didn't have time.
You...
We had a meeting that you made sure we wanted
Do you
to
want
attend.
ants? Do you want ants? Because this is how we get ants, leaving all this jam.
While you're all having this conversation, when you two are having this conversation, Nick, you do head further down the hallway. You can see the other rooms, the other dorms that you guys have been into, and also cleared out. And in a majority of these, you find bodies. In total, there are 8 bodies here. They're still. They've been draining of blood. And they're spread along the 3 different levels. The second level, you see what looks to be like a common area. There are 2 fridges. There is like a big sink, and there's a food preparation area there as well. Pantries underneath the 2 of them. On the third, there seems to be more of like a recreation level and bathrooms as well. 2 toilets and 1 shower on either side. But many rooms as well.
Is there any sort of, are we seeing extra linen and stuff? Because I want to use the sheets and shit to wrap these people up and take them out.
Extra linen?
Yeah.
Roll investigate for me. And this is going to be a plus 15.
Investigate plus 15, pass 44.
Okay, well, searching through the bathrooms, you actually come across a number of different sheets that seem to be stacked there. Although you don't find any laundry. There's no laundry on site.
Right.
Yeah. Not that you've seen so far.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just start wrapping them up and taking them down.
Why are we wrapping them up?
Because the bloody.
Oh, you mean the corpses, did you mean?
What did you think I meant?
I don't know, I think you mean the people from the boat, and I was like, do we need to not expose them to the elements or something? I wasn't sure. Sorry.
Just wrap up the courses. We're gonna. Unfortunately, can't put them back a thing, but yeah. So we'll take them around somewhere.
So you start to enact your original plan
Yeah.
of trying to clear out this building. It takes you time, the 3 of you. I need you all to roll athletics for me as you're hauling these bodies out of here, and this is just to determine how long it's going to take you. It's just a flat roll. There is nothing. Just give me your. You can use might as well. You can use might or athletics. It's completely up to you.
33.
19 pass.
16 pass.
Okay, all right. It takes you all a fair bit of time to get these bodies out, to bring them down the staircases and out. Some of
I
you
radio in to let the guys know that we're just clearing out the
accommodation building. Okay, all right. That does come through to you all. Although this is taking longer than you had anticipated originally. The sun is lower in the sky, and you know that the original intention was to take bodies out of here and start to try and reinforce and barricade this area. You don't know how easily that's going to be able to do once the sun goes down, as there's no power in this area, and so there's a little bit of anxiousness that's starting to settle in.
Every so often I do just check behind us at the water and where, Little Barrier and Great Barrier is.
Okay, it's still there.
So
It has left.
the water's there.
Yeah, the water is there also. Yeah, although you get this distinct feeling that the water is slowly sneaking up on you.
The only other thing we do as we're taking these people out is check pockets for keys and wallets and.
Okay, yeah, you come across a number of wallets and keys. Nearly every person, apart from 2 of them, have wallets and keys on them.
All right. And try these keys on the main doors.
On these ones here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to need you to roll luck for me 7 times.
Can you roll up?
Yeah, sure. What?
All the while it's happening? No, this is just Jake.
Well, but
Well,
I'll
just
do
thinking
rolls
because
for it.
Nick and I are like the strongest. We'll be doing 2. We'll be carrying people like that.
That's
It'll
true.
probably
I mean,
here's the keys while we.
Oh,
Sort
yeah,
this out.
sure.
Okay,
Chloe,
so
then
I'll
you
do
can do it. The person who's actually checking the keys,
16.
roll luck.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's no point 3 people.
It's got nothing to do with the
Pass.
fact that Chloe's the luckiest person, right?
No, of course not. I'm just trying to justify it.
Fail by 1.
Okay.
So I have a pass. Fail.
Yep.
Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Fail by 1 again. That's weird. Fail. Pass.
That's it.
That's-
One more, I think.
Pass.
Okay, yeah, so 4 of the sets of the keys do seem to have keys on there that relate to this building.
Oh, no. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so the outside doors, so you can actually lock and unlock the double doors on the lower level as you see fit.
Nee, we have four
Someone
sets.
just keep noted that you've got 4 sets of keys for this building.
Well, I have
if you
them
can.
on me at the moment. So.
Fantastic.
4 keys.
Brilliant.
Let's split them up between us.
Oh, yeah, but like, just, if something happens
Yeah.
to me in the meantime.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. So you continue to try and take these bodies outside. Where was your intention to actually drop them off? Just
Probably
I,
just
remember I can't see.
Sorry, around the corner from where I backed up onto the grass,
Bottom right.
out of visual range.
So like up, taking them, dragging them all the way uphill.
As uphill, is it?
Okay.
No, it's
All right.
That's
So
quite a
it
fair
takes a
way.
while.
out of vision. That's what I want to do.
That's bring them up onto a hill, so they'd probably be more visible there. You do know that it starts to go downhill towards the sea
That's all
around the
downhill
back
from
here.
Yeah, just out of easy visual range from the front doors.
So do you want to take them up here, or do you want to
We're
take
going
them
to be
down there?
visible from there. Don't go there.
Well,
Down.
take them down to the forest.
You start taking them down? Okay,
Yeah.
you start taking them down into this little forested area here. You can see that there looks to be a pathway that leads down towards the sea. Down towards what looks to be a ladder that takes you down a cliff.
Right.
Okay, so in this little forested area where there's a little bush walking along, that is where you kind of put these bodies to rest, wrapped up in the spare sheets from the building. It takes you a while to do this, and by the time you're finished, it is definitely the evening. Does anyone have a watch on them?
No.
No.
Okay, all right. No, so you're not quite sure what the time is,
Radio
although
3 for Scott,
you know
that's
that
fine.
the shadows are long at this stage.
Let's start
Alright,
getting
we've-
people on the boat and
We've finished clearing the building out. So we're going to start getting people on now. Let everyone know we'll be back in a bit with the rubber duck.
Is it so? It's starting to get dark. Like
Yes. Yes, the long
what's
shadows.
what's the time?
What's the time on the boat? It's 6 o'clock now.
It's just 12, but it keeps just some flashing.
I do just say, because I'm nervous to say, well, they pissed 6 hours away.
You didn't leave at midday.
I mean, like,
Yeah, it's specific.
when would we get to? Because clearly there's a clock there that we would.
Oh, you didn't get here at midday. No. So it's all up. It's taken around about 3 hours. This whole process,
Okay,
including
let's say,
going
well, they pissed 3
there,
hours
taking
away.
the bodies out and everything, checking all of the buildings. Yeah.
I say it's 6 now. How long will it take to ferry everybody and then barricade everything?
Look, I don't know, but like it took longer than we thought it was going to. We can't really just leave everyone on the boats all night, can we?
Can you test the power? Do they have a generator? Does the power work?
we haven't seen any generator, but there's a couple of buildings here we haven't been through, and it's right now be too much effort to go in. Maybe we spend the night on the boat. Maybe we get the sickest off, so they're not rocking around.
Just oh, sorry.
As we're coming, we're traveling at this point.
Okay, all right. You're driving the car back down to the shore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. You drive the Golf back down to where exactly would you like to stop? This is where it was parked originally.
Yeah, I think, but that's quite a sorry, you can't down. Yeah, right around there.
Yeah.
I
See,
think
This is
the lowest
what
point
yeah.
is easiest to get to.
Yeah, this is where the bridge is that goes across a little creek that runs out towards the sea.
Yeah, and I think
There is a pathway that goes all the way down there. It's
Yeah.
concreted the whole way down.
Yeah.
So
That's the way you guys used last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, so we'll get down. If we can back down, then we will. If we can't, we'll.
all right, you start to back the Golf down until it starts to get sandy. It's pretty much concreted up until a point, and the tide is at the kind of position it is at the moment. But you do feel like it's starting to come in ever so slightly.
Alright. There's no point all of us going back. It's just going to take up space.
So we are bringing people over. I mean,
Ready through. Like,
look.
how are those people looking? The really sick ones. Could they survive a night?
I motion to Skulk down with the intention to go have a look. And
Well, you
then
can't tell him that.
Then I
I climbed down. Okay, did you say? Because
then I reply
One
to
hand.
say
Okay.
Skulk's just gonna go have a look.
All
I
right.
just opened the flap like this much, and I just yell down and I say, they want to bring the people across. Are they able to be moved?
You hear Willow sigh, and she comes up the stairs towards where you are, and she's wearing the clean suit at the moment, and she's actually got the mask on as well. So Willow approaches you. She comes close and she does bring the mask up.
I keep it at arm's distance. Well, I always like an arm's distance away from like the tiny open part of it. I keep my mouth covered.
Yeah. Sorry. What was your question again?
The mainland. Can they be moved tonight or?
Some can. There's. We've already lost people.
Do you want the race to be moved across?
We need to get them out of here. Down there it's a fucking mess. Excuse my French.
No.
If I can get them to somewhere where they have space, then I can probably treat them better. But now it's not looking good for them. It was Brian. There are others that are barely there. So the sooner this can happen, the better.
I'll radio it back.
Okay. Thank you. And as you do, you see her just putting the mask back
We would
on
already
and
be
heading down
heading
the
back.
stairs.
It's going to be regardless.
Yeah, I'm just
Either
waiting.
going back to the boat or staying
Yeah.
or whatever. But,
Well, so like, but we didn't decide. Like, are we all going back or what? Because we.
But for us, it doesn't matter. Because we're just going to the boat.
Oh, you mean the
Who
the
is on the boat
ensemble?
currently?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just radio back and just say, take him to the mainland.
Okay, you start taking the titanium ducky
I'll
back.
stay
Who is
behind.
on that boat? Okay, you stay behind with the car. Nick, are you travelling as well, or?
I'll get on the boat and help. I'll get on the boat and help.
Okay. All right. So yourself and Jake start to drive back towards the second chance, pulling up along the back of it. You're back up on the bridge. Okay. All right. There are still some mid-deck, and Jonah is actually mid-deck. He seems to welcome you as you come towards the boat.
Are they starting to bring people down?
At the moment, you can't see that happening. No. But Jonah's awaiting you as you kind of pull up.
You had some trouble there.
Yeah, we
You all
dealt
alright?
with
Good show.
it. Yeah.
You need people?
Fill this boat up and get them there.
Alright. Can't fit many on there, but we might be able to get the majority. I suggest we take people who stand a shit show of making it. I'll be honest, it's not good down there, my mate. Not good.
And he's saying all of that while kind of like grasping his torso.
How are you doing?
I've had worse. Just a bad curry.
Let's pile on and get them there.
Alright. And you see him kind of go back down there and just take off the covering and say, well, ready for them.
And people start to emerge from below the deck, get up and start to get brought onto the boat. And your transition process starts of trying to move people across from here and towards the accommodation.
Yeah. So I want to get as many able-bodied people as can. So like Charles and Skulk.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stay, get the sick people first.
He's up top at the moment, so you can't see him.
If I hear that, then I just go, I'll get the sick people out first.
All right, because we don't have the ute, so we're limited to the vehicle we've got. And I want to drive as many people as we can, but we'll probably fill up more people into the dinghy than into the boat, into the car. So I kind of want to obviously get as many people on the boat as possible, get them to land, fill up the car with one other person that's able-bodied, get them to the accommodation. Everyone but the driver gets out. The other able-bodied person helps everyone into the rooms. Then there goes as soon as I've gone there, the boat goes back before the car's even full.
Yeah.
And then the car will come back, grab more people, go back up, come back down, keep doing that until more people are up, and it's just that sort of varying until everyone's there.
Okay. All right, you do that. So you don't take all the able-bodied people at once. You do try to intersperse them so that there are going to be some that are going to be able to assist with this. And so this process starts of moving people from the second chance to the NDC accommodation. And it takes time for you to do this, and you try and do it as carefully as you can with the people who are not doing so well. And some seem to actually be doing okay when they come up, and others, they look like they are already one of the dead. Sunken eyes, and just that kind of bloodied bile around their mouth. And Chloe is on the shoreline, so she doesn't see them. But you do, as they are kind of being moved through the vehicles. And okay. And it takes a while to start moving people this way, but you do manage to get all of those who are still able-bodied and, able to be moved out of there. Yes, as much as they can be. But there are still many that are in a bad condition, a bad way. And so this takes time, and by the time you have moved the majority of the people, the sun has settled below the horizon. Darkness is slowly starting to overtake this area.
Darkness falls across the land.
Once it does, I just keep scanning all around, just looking for lights.
Looking for lights in and around here? Okay.
On land, on the ocean.
Yep. Looking off in the distance, you can see a bright orange light blazing.
Where?
And that's from
The
islands, from Little Barrier. You can see a pretty decent blaze off in that direction.
Anything artificial?
Anything artificial in and around here? No. See, you're pretty isolated in where you are at the moment. Like, most of it's blocked off. Oh, it's over there. So yeah, you would be able to see it. It's off to the side here, so you can actually see it when you're just parked up. But looking in and around here, no. So, when I said before, Little Barrier, I mean Little Barrier over there. Just other
Little area.
Any lights on the mainland? Any cars in the distance driving past? That sort of thing?
Not that you can see. Like, looking around here, before the sunset, you could see like what looks to be like a really long stretch of coast, and you can't see around this other side. And you know to the other side is more towards the city and towards the bigger
like a main
urban
highway that
centers.
runs up, up to Northland. So I was just wondering if
You wouldn't be able to see
You
any
can't
of
see
that
it from here. Just the peninsula's blocking anything that you'd
No, I
be
mean
able to see.
like the other side. When you say that
The other
that straight
side.
coast,
Yes.
like across, because you could, is there any lights over that side? That north, was it
As
northwest?
as the sun's starting to set, no, it doesn't seem like there is.
I'll keep an eye out.
You
Okay.
wouldn't be able to see the main roads from there. Like the main
Maybe
roads
it's
stuff
side
further
road
over.
or something.
Yeah.
Just cars.
Yeah.
No cars.
So you
After the
stay
lights, one
looking
single
out, and it gets into the point where it is just you, and so you Skulk and you Scott on the boat with a few others that Willow doesn't think are going to be able to move,
Oh, that's heavy.
and some that can't move.
I'll stay on the boat. It's easier for you to get it. It's better for you to get into a place where there's a car nearby. Because I can at least still swim.
With one arm?
Legs are more important for swimming. Keeping yourself above water. Because if something happens, I can at least half doggy paddle my way to the shore. But you need to be where you can be thrown in a car.
I've got this. I bring out the remainder of the drugs I had in my bag and pass it over to her, and I said,
To Willow, she's kind of like.
yeah.
When I was looking up, she's at the bottom of like the cockpit, so
Yeah.
she was kind of looking up and just listening into your conversation.
Am I able to drop
Yep.
it from in the thing and just be like,
Yeah,
drop it in?
she catches. What's this?
I think it's cocaine.
Okay.
Could be flour. Don't know.
Maybe should.
If they're not going to make it, they might as well.
Party hard?
The thing is that it might as well be
No.
numbed.
You're right. We could melt this down intravenous. It's okay. Thank you. The thoughts there. Okay. What are you two gonna do? Are you gonna stay?
I'll stay.
You're gonna stay on here?
Yeah.
She's again like this is just a conversation happening up the ladder. She can't quite see your facial features. Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's not. Everyone else downstairs is gone.
That's fine.
I don't know. I don't know if they come back. I don't know if they stay dead. I don't know enough. Not yet. I haven't done anything to them.
Is there anything you can actively do to them, like to?
They have no pulse. They're not breathing.
Then you don't need to be down there anymore.
That's what I mean. I'm going to be leaving. I'm going to be going and joining the others. I need to take care of the people that are over there.
It's fine. I agree.
I'm worried about any of you staying on here.
That's right. I'll make sure they don't come back.
I'm not leaving the boat.
You're both staying on here?
I'll stay here as well.
Okay. I'll tell the others.
We're only like just wave the walkie. I said we're only a call away.
Okay. I'm gonna seal up, and then I'll go on the next boat. Okay.
It's a plan.
All right. And you hear her walking off, and you hear the bottom level being sealed up as she does step out the back and wait for the boat to arrive. And as Jake and Nick arrive in the boat, you see Willow is the last person left standing on there.
Alrighty.
To give you an idea of the people who haven't made it, the people who haven't come off, one of them was Brian, another was Anna.
There was one of the children, was it?
What's it, sorry?
Was that one of the kids?
No, that was the one that was taking care of one of the kids. Now, I screwed things up in the last episode. I got ages wrong. So Amber and Olivia is the 6-year-old, and Elsa is the 3-year-old. Right. I got those mixed up. It didn't really change much on the day, but I just thought I'd let you all know, and I'd let you all know as well, just to avoid confusion in the future. Anna hasn't made it. As I said, his name's gone up my head now. That's terrible. Brian hasn't made it. And Quentin hasn't made it either. All have succumbed to whatever this is. And the people that you were bringing back off here weren't doing any better. Jen, all the others, other than Lulu and Jonah, are in bad condition right now.
I thought Jen was mostly okay.
She seemed to be okay. Others have been getting worse.
Okay.
And so it is just Willow left. She steps down onto the boat. Those two are staying on. The others that are down there, they're gone, and I mean proper gone. But I haven't done anything. Their pulse has stopped. Their breath has arrested. But I just feel uneasy.
I'm sure they know what to do.
Okay.
They radio through anyway, be like, you guys alright there for the night?
Yep.
I mean, you guys know what to do for the ones downstairs?
Yep.
See you guys in the morning.
Scott just responds back, cool.
I mean, you guys were close enough. You could have just gone, hey, you guys are right for the night.
Everyone's just looking at you from like the back window. Yeah.
Rules of walkie-talkies is if you can use walkie-talkies, use walkie-talkies.
Always use walkie-talkies, yeah. So, okay. With that, you head over towards the accommodation as the sun starts to settle and the rest of you start to settle in. Now, the hallways are still filled with dried, congealed pools of blood that have seemed to spread over some of the areas. Now, you haven't placed anyone on the first level. Everyone has been placed in rooms on the upper levels. For the majority, most of the sick people are placed on the second level or have been by the people who have been able-bodied. So there are still rooms available on the top level.
Why aren't they going on the first level? Because the majority of the bodies were there.
The plan that was conveyed to everyone was that the first level was going to be barricaded.
Oh, okay, right.
And so the idea was that people were going to be kept on the second level and above.
We're in a siege position. Like we can't run. There is no running from here. Yeah. So it needs to be. If we get surrounded, it's
Okay.
As much defense as possible.
Jonah and Frank, who both have been in varying levels of uncomfortableness since everyone started getting settled in on the other floors, they did start to try and do some basic barricading on the first level just by taking the wardrobes that are in each of the rooms and pushing them up against the windows to try and block them, in conjunction with the bookcases that are in there. And the bottom door here, this one has been closed off for the most part by taking some of the bookcases out and laying them across each other. It's not an impenetrable barricade by any means, but it's better than what was there before.
Obviously closing all curtains, and all those doors are also going to be all closed.
Yes, they are. The only one that isn't is this one here, because it's closed, but the glass has been smashed through.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. And so we would want to have something there that we can move in front of that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like going in and seeing that that's still there, you're probably
is there
able
some
to
fire
take.
exit we can take, or is that our only exit?
These two are the only exits here.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got Jonah with rope, so that's important.
Yes. Jonah always has rope.
All right.
It's
Well,
one of his character traits.
Pretty strong character trait.
So, with these people brought inside, some seemingly in bad conditions, the rest of you try and find somewhere to rest for the night. For the most part, the people that are still able-bodied, they're not actually sleeping in the rooms. Everyone seems to be kind of around the recreation area on the third level. You have a pretty good view from up here of the surrounding area. You can see the fields as the sun has now set, and there is a slight bit of moonlight in the sky. You can still make out a little bit, and on the hill, off in this direction through here. So I guess through some of the outside windows in the bedrooms, as you're kind of like going through them, you can see on that hilltop there that little tent just kind of flapping in the wind.
Is there access to the roofs? Is it like I can see on like the third floor? There's still stairs going up.
No, that's a mistake. There is no access to the roof. That's the staircase below. Yeah.
so it's just open, is it? So easy. To
No,
fall down.
it's closed off there. It's closed off. So there's a wall there. That's the staircase going down. So yeah.
Oh right, so you go
to
sort of
the
there, there's a landing here.
this
and then
takes
down there.
that's the second level to the first. That's to the first level.
Yeah.
So yeah, stairs.
Good recovery.
Yeah. Okay, they almost
Let's go back to the first floor.
Fantasy.
Okay.
So there's
yes.
stairs going down on the first floor. Where do they go?
The stairs are going up on the first floor. That's going up. That's going to the next floor.
Right.
Here,
yeah,
so that's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
those there.
Okay.
And then this is
Perfect.
also that. So it's going up and
The other logistics people.
yeah, stereology. It's a
Yeah.
it's a tough one. So anyway, the people that are still good, so Jonah and Lulu, they seem to be kind of positioned around here. There is a television here as well, but the television is out. There is no electricity in this building. Some of you did try and turn on lights when you were in here earlier, but it is getting dark at this point now, and you can hear snoring coming from some of the rooms on the second level, and everyone's kind of starting to settle down, and the windows here are still open. The curtains are still open, so you can have like a slight breeze coming through. And that's all the light that you have to go by as the sun slowly starts to die down until there is no light whatsoever.
We'd just be talking watch.
Okay.
Only thing, can I just change that I would have got my clothes and shit from the boat so I can get changed and get out of the wetsuit?
Get out of the wetsuit.
Yeah.
Nick, I
I'd be
assume...
getting out of my gimp suit.
Well, yeah, you did actually say that you got out of your gimp suit on the way over from the island, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd love to have got out of that.
You, most indeed, certainly you did get out of that.
Cool.
Yes.
Like,
It
yeah,
was.
off your skin.
It was pretty sweaty when you got out of there, going through fire and flame, and yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky that it didn't melt to your skin
yeah,
and become
that's
a part of
The
you.
permanent gimp. Oh no.
Yeah, permanent gimp. No, but
You've
you
been gimped.
you settle down for the evening, and just the severity of the day starts to settle in for everyone. Do you find separate rooms, or like what's your sleeping arrangement plans? Because there are rooms available on the top floor. There are rooms available on the second still as well, but the majority of the 6 seem to be on the second. So
Yeah.
there are 2 rooms available up here.
Yeah, well, it'd just be, because I mean, how many people are...
Actually, 3. I lied 3.
How many people are good enough for watch?
Good enough for watch. Jonah, Frank, Lulu. They seem to be confident. Charles again.
Chloe, no.
Charles,
But
like
Charles
like
is
before,
Charles.
he's just been very absent this entire time. And you do see him, like, as everyone's doing this, he's just kind of pulling through this bookcase and just kind of like putting things back, and almost like he's in this building by himself and he can't see anyone else that's around him.
I have to take first watch because I can't sleep.
Okay, but do you where are you going to end up sleeping tonight? As far as you're aware, once everyone just starts settling down and they start kind of feeling their way through the room, because it is dark at that point, you actually need to feel your way around this foreign space. Both Lulu and Jonah are in this far room here. That means there are 3 other rooms available on this top floor that no one's taken at this point.
We'll just divide them between us. If there's not enough room for that, some will go on the second
What room do
floor.
you want?
I'll just sleep on the couch.
You want to sleep on the couch?
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I just
So at
found
the
it
bottom,
out.
Jake, just remember I can't see.
Sorry, yeah, the bottom.
Bottom? Okay, so Chloe, you're going to end up crashing there. Nick, where are you going to crash?
I'll take wherever's free.
So the room just
Not
above
fussy.
Jake's there. So there's one other room free here, and Frank ends up taking that room.
Also, grab the gun off Chloe. No need for that.
Okay. In the dark, you do see Jake approaching you, and do you just try and take it, or
No,
do you
I
ask?
say I have my gun back.
I'm going on watch first.
Don't need the gun for watch.
No. We've always had guns on watch every other single time.
Yeah,
we've
but
been on
you
watch.
know, you hadn't shot people and killed people. Don't need it.
I need it for watch.
You don't need it at all.
I need it for watch.
Don't fucking need it at all.
I need it
I
for
go and
watch.
grab it.
How? You don't know where it is.
It's dark, so it will be difficult, but you do try and reach out and grab it from Chloe.
It's not like in my hands. So
no.
what is he reaching for?
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's
in
not
your
like
pocket,
hidden.
because you did put it away
It is
earlier.
hidden, it's in the, we're in the dark.
It's in your pocket, so it's going to be an opposed athletics check. You're gonna sense that Jake kind of is going towards you.
Which pocket does he go for?
The one that it's in your right pocket where you put it away.
I saw you put it in the pocket.
So Jake, first of all, I need you to roll athletics. It is going to be a minus
To be
15.
fair, I'm left-handed. It would be in my left pocket.
Pass. 35.
Okay, all right. So it's contested athletics check. You need to beat a 35.
Okay.
But also need to beat your underneath your athletics.
Yes.
Well, my athletics is 32. Is there no way I can pass
Sigil.
this?
No, unless
Sigil.
you use a sigil. Yeah.
I'm not wasting a sigil. But wait, if I get on 32, do I pass?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
But
If it's a critical success, if you hit your score,
20.
then okay, all right. So you do attempt to pull away, but Jake, you managed to get over to where you remembered that gun being, and you grab a hold of it.
Like that easily, he just grabs it?
Well, it'd be the same thing if you tried to do it to him.
Okay, I'm going to try to grab the gun back off him then.
Okay,
if it's
yep.
apparently that
Yep.
easy.
No, you can totally do it. So it's going to be a minus 15 to your roll because it's dark.
But he's just holding it in front of me now. I'm not trying
You
to
can't
reach
tell.
in.
You can't tell. The same
pitch
minus
dark.
that he had before. So it's same minus to his roll.
Yeah, okay.
So it's minus 15.
6.
That's 9.
9.
9, so you succeed with a 9, so it's going to be
Wait,
contested.
wait, what's 32 minus 15?
It doesn't matter.
What
hang
if
on.
that was a
17.
critical?
17.
No, okay.
Yeah, yeah. A 9 is going to be able to beat it.
32.
Okay, it's 32 success.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you grab a hold of Jake's wrist as he's got the pistol in his hand, and
What, didn't I just win that? Didn't I just grab it off him?
What?
no,
he got a higher.
he rolled higher and succeeded. So he does manage to pull off. Question. Now I want you both.
You're welcome.
I want you to be able to.
She
Both,
did
I
the
want you.
safety on.
You did put
She
the safety
said
back
so.
on.
Yes, I did.
She
I
did say so.
specifically did say I put the safety on before I put it in my pocket.
Okay, cool. I need you both to roll luck for me as you're fumbling with this gun in the dark.
We go.
Pass 72. No, failed 72.
What?
Okay,
74, fail.
you both fail.
Yeah, we both fail.
Okay. As you struggle with this gun in the darkness between the two of you, you do hear a click for a second before you hear a loud bang. Nick, I need you to roll luck for me.
But I've got low luck. This is bad. 19.
Oh, it's not
Is that a
bad.
pass?
Success?
It's a pass.
Okay, now I need the two of you to roll luck for me one more time.
Fail 77. Fail 86.
Fail 89.
89, fail?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Fuck.
That's 29 above.
Sorry, what was your roll again?
89.
89?
So that's right there.
Yeah, it was 9 last time.
No, yeah, I'm just actually not sure now suddenly. Oh no, okay, yes.
Location,
That's,
yeah,
so
right.
that's,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
9.
Right leg,
right.
okay. Yeah,
Sounds
yeah,
like a
that's
control.
good. Okay, all right. Oh dear. Okay.
Straight through that bone that just healed up
So,
a month ago.
Chloe, we're struggling with this, and you hear that click, and then the bang, and with the flash of the muzzle light, you feel an accompanying searing pain in your right leg as pain starts to rip through your mind, and you realize that you've been shot. Everyone else on this floor turns around in the darkness.
I look up at Jake.
I need you to roll a constitution check for me.
Oh my god.
53 fail.
Okay, you feel a wooziness overtake you as as the shock of the moment starts to settle in.
Can I say something?
You can.
I look at Jake and I go, ow.
Yeah.
I'm yelling,
We've done this.
pass out.
So yeah, you start to
Yeah.
you start to say,
Ow.
ow, and
Yep.
you hear Chloe just slump down.
And I'm gun on the ground, hand on the wound, and I'm yelling.
You
blood.
can't see the wound.
Can I smell the blood?
You can feel.
I mean,
You can
he
feel.
could feel me up
Yeah, can I-
to find it.
No, I wouldn't do that.
To feel
Not
where
worth it.
blood's coming from.
Yeah,
No,
I'd be
it's
like,
difficult.
And then feel blood, and then be like,
But in that
grab a
darkness,
torch.
no,
Grab a torch.
before you do, in that darkness, as this is all happening, you do see a click of light come on from the hallway, and Jonah's rushing down the hallway. He's going, "What the fuck happened?"
This looks like you shot me.
And he's got the light down, and you can hear commotion from downstairs. You hear others. You also, the two of you hear this gunshot from the boat.
No, like I give it like
This
5
is why you're not getting a
I
gun
give it
again.
5
Why?
seconds.
You shot me.
I give it
don't
5
know that.
seconds, and
To be fair, the gun was in Jake's hand.
Yeah, was in your hand. You shot me, Jake. Why should we trust you with guns? You just shot
You should
me.
never grab a gun off someone.
Took you a second.
Welcome to Zealand, where you shoot your friends. Okay, all right. So Jonah rushes over in that darkness, and he starts trying to put pressure on the wound. You can see, like, as he's kind of got the torch and he's got it in his mouth, and you're trying to put pressure on, you're trying to find where it is as well. You can see that it is in the thigh, and you can see that it's like, as you're kind of like trying to like pull apart where you can see the tear has been in Chloe's pants. You can see that it's kind of gone in for just above the knee, and it's come out the other side. So it seems to be shallow. It's not straight through the leg, but it's enough of a wound that there is blood coming
decent
out both
flesh wound.
sides. It's a decent
See,
flesh
Scott,
wound.
the thigh is part of the leg.
Okay, all right.
God, I
And so,
just wish I was going to say that. Jake just came up to me and shot me.
okay, so as this is happening, and Jonah's got the light, and he passes it to you, and it said, and he puts it in your mouth. Because you've got your hands down. You've got it in your mouth at the moment now, and so some of the others have kind of stumbled up to see what's going on. Nick, you're there as well at this point. You've kind of been woken up by this. You didn't even get to go to sleep. You were just kind of setting yourself down. Everyone can only just see by the light that Jonah is emitting, and he does. He digs into like a little package, little satchel type thing he has on the side, and starts pulling out what looks to be like a bandage, and kind of like goes, lift it up.
Lift it up.
You lift it up, and he starts trying to wrap around and starts trying to apply this bandage in and around there, and all the while you're trying to keep pressure on this thing, and he's getting like trying to slip some gauze in there as he's trying to wrap it around. He's trying to just do this as quickly as he
Tourniquet. I just tell him to use a tourniquet.
can. Okay. He's struggling to get this thing on, but he's trying his best, and he seems to be a bit panicky as he's trying to do it, and you can see those occasional like little pins of pain as he's trying to get this thing wrapped around. But eventually he does. And Nick, as you're saying tourniquet, are you going to try and apply a tourniquet, or
Just tear off a bit of sleeve or something, and in fact that's what I'd do if I was wearing long sleeves. Otherwise,
I have a belt on.
you do see that Chloe has a belt on?
or use the belt.
Okay, all right. Thinking quickly, as Jonah's working on this as well, you do take Chloe's belt off. It's a little difficult working around everyone and in the low light, but you manage to take it off. Wrapping it around, you start to try and apply it to Chloe's leg, trying to get it as tight as you possibly can, as Jonah's working on this at the same time. After a minute, it seems like you've both done the best that you can, and the adrenaline, the panic, starts to subside slightly.
Go to bed. No.
My job here is done.
What the fuck is going on?
Check shot me.
Just as planned, DJ.
I tried to hit the gun with Chloe. I succeeded.
So I
She
shot
went
her.
for it and shot herself.
I tried to hit the gun off Chloe. I had to shoot her.
I just, like, if Skulk's near me, I just look at Skulk and then just put the fucking walkie down. Just like,
I shrug and I continue eating my dinner.
Yes.
You know, if Scott was there, would have missed his leg entirely.
No, because the thigh is also part of the leg.
We had to like amputate it higher.
As
Continue.
as this is, as this is all starting to settle down, or at least seeming to be settling down, what do you do with Chloe from this point? Do you try and move her, or
It's up to Willow. It's whatever Willow says.
Willow is not here,
I
not
go
on
and
this
get
floor.
Willow.
Okay, you head downstairs. You start to try and move down the stairs, and you realize it's incredibly dark.
Got my light with a torch.
Okay, all right. You flick on your torch.
Isn't
You
there
start
like a
making your
handrail?
way down there. There is a handrail on the stairs. It'd be very dangerous if there wasn't.
So I'm like, Willow.
You start making your way down, and Willow's kind of waiting there. Just, oh my god, what happened?
Chloe shot herself.
Oh fuck!
It's just in the leg.
What?
Just a flesh wound. Come now.
Oh fucking
Is
hell!
that you talk to all girls?
Just demand it.
Is that
Okay.
why it doesn't work?
She starts to find it. She starts to make her way back up. She's like, I thought someone had turned. I started trying to barricade the door.
We need to focus on Chloe.
Okay.
Please do.
All right. And she starts to come upstairs. She's still got the clean suit on at this point. She's not wearing a mask. She's just kind of got it down. She makes it up towards where Jonah is, kind of sitting over Chloe. Looks like you've got it sorted. What happened?
I took the gun off her. She went for it, and it went off.
I need to sleep. Okay, we need to move her to a bed and make sure that she's safe. We're gonna have to elevate it and okay. I need you two to help me.
Help
She
me.
motions you to you and Jake. And I say you, I mean Nick.
Yeah.
Okay, and the two of you help Chloe into one of the vacant rooms, the rooms that were once either yours or Nick's. It ends up being the top one, which is Nick's, so sorry, Nick.
So you can top and tail with me.
Putting her into here, you take one of the pillows from the extra room and start trying to prop her up, Chloe's leg up on the bed, and after that's done, Willow says, if it's all bandaged up for now, then there's nothing else I can do with low light like this.
Okay.
I mean, I can have a look now, I can take it out, but it just means that their blood's going to start flowing again.
We saw the bullet go. We didn't see the bullet go right through, but the wound went right through
Okay, where?
with the bandages.
Okay, it's a little difficult to see. Can you stop being such a dick?
Fair point.
Where did it go through? Can you tell me where it came in, where it came out?
Yeah, it went through.
You kind of like motioning,
Yeah.
like showing, because like there is a big gauze pad on
Yeah.
there. It's difficult to kind of see. It's like it's redded, but
Yeah.
It's difficult to see
red,
exactly where it's
big
come out.
red. Yeah, so it went through there, went through the other side.
Okay, all right. She goes over and just like kind of feels Chloe's pulse. Okay, that's still strong. I'll check again in 15 minutes and we'll know if it's bad.
If it's just checking a pulse, we can do that, and if it gets worse, we can wake you up.
Okay, feel it now. And she like takes you over, pushes it down, shows you where to take it.
Choke her.
If it gets less than that, if the count gets lower, then that means that there's more bleeding than we think going on. If it's fine, then she's probably going to be okay.
Okay.
But I can't be certain without having a look at it. I'm gonna go to sleep. And she just walks out and starts heading back down to the second floor. Jonah kind of walks up towards you and Nick.
I know you made noise earlier on, but...
It wasn't a gunshot though.
No.
That's a bit louder.
Yes, we're inside, so something but these windows were open. Sound travels.
They won't get an exact location. We've got the guys in the boat to make a distraction.
We just got fucking bombed. We can't be doing this shit.
I won't make the mistake of giving her a gun again.
It's not just her, it's you as well, mate. Wrestling for a gun in the dark, that's asking for fucking
I
problems.
wasn't going to leave her with a gun with Charles there. You didn't see what she did at the bunkhouse.
I heard. Look, I know you all have your own things. You're doing your own stuff, that's great. Everyone's got shit. But wrestling in the dark is never a good fucking option. We've had enough shit today. I don't need to give you shit, I don't need to give her shit. There's been enough of that. We need to settle. We need to stop, we need to fucking come together. Kevin's not there anymore. There's people downstairs that fucking need people to be on the level. More people died today. What are you fucking laughing about?
There's more Skulk's reaction. Skulk's been trying to hold her in.
I'm all there.
Yeah.
So fine.
Yeah.
You're me.
You're just giggling over your dinner as you're having your evening meal.
Maniacally cackling to Scott.
I'm gonna go call in for the night, but I'll be available for watch, so wake me up at some point.
Okay.
Right.
And he kind of disappears. Light goes off. And silence overtakes this building. But it's not silent for long. Beneath you on the second floor, you hear groans, moans, sounds of the sick. They kind of filter up the stairway. Throughout the night, those of you who are awake notice those moans start to subside and stop altogether, until the sun starts to peek over the horizon. You all start to wake up. There is no moaning. There is no sounds of the sick. And Chloe, you wake up in bed with a very sore leg. But as you attempt to move it, it moves and you extend it fine. And that is where we're going to end this part. We're here at a new day with a second chance, and see if it's squandered or if it's grasped. I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. Always be careful with your firearms, and until next time, stay breathing.
Need 2 safeties on guns.